Hey guys, my name is Cyan Martin and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For this week's video, as you can tell, I'm going to be reading Emily Henry books for the week. As we all probably know, Emily Henry is a very loved author. I feel like her books just get so much hype and people swear by her writing. I have read one book by her and that was Beach Read. I read it last year. If I'm being completely honest, I liked it. It didn't give me that burning desire to immediately jump in and read her other books. So I feel like now is the perfect timing. Her newest release just came out, so that's what kind of inspired this video. I already have her other 3 releases, so if I like these ones, then I'm probably gonna end up buying her newest release. But if not, I think this is the end of me and Emily Henry potentially. I'm sorry, okay? I don't want to offend anybody. I know that there are people out there that they just love to hate popular things, but that's not the case at all. I want to love Emily Henry's writing, but I just don't know if it is my cup of tea. It's not gonna be everybody's. We will just see what happens. So we are starting off with People We Meet on Vacation. I think I tried to read this and I only got like a couple chapters in and it just wasn't something that was piquing my interest, so I put it down and then never even thought about it. So I am gonna start it back up because I honestly don't remember what I read in it in the beginning. So this is what we're starting with, and I'm honestly hoping that I do like her books because I want to, you know, like I want to be in on it. Everyone loves her. I want to be excited when her new releases come out, just like everyone else and their mother is. I'm really hoping that I like it. I'm here to talk about my 50% update of People We Meet on Vacation. So I am a little over halfway through. I have made it to page 200, chapter 20. So this book follows Alex and Poppy. They are really good friends who met in college, and they are complete opposites. Poppy is like this more carefree, wild character, and Alex is kind of seen as more of a serious character. Like, he's a teacher, Poppy works for a travel magazine, and they end up meeting in college, and then after that, like every single year, they go on a vacation together. But something happened in the past and now they have stopped going on vacations. So she kind of tricks him to going on vacation with her. She tells him that her job is paying for it like it does for her other vacations, but in all reality she is forking out as much money as she possibly can. And when they get there, things start kind of going wrong for them. Like, the Airbnb isn't what they thought, the air conditioning is broken, it's super hot in there, and just stuff like that. So you're getting a now and then timeline and you're kind of figuring out what happened to them, why they stopped being friends. One thing that I did notice like in Beach Read and so far in this one is that it's kind of character driven. Like, there's really not much that goes on in these. I will say I do like her banter, and even though the banter is good, her characters are still a little bit bland, but I'm still not in love with it, and I feel like I'm reading it very slowly, and I feel like I am just putting it down and picking it back up. But when I did look at the reviews, I feel like this one is everyone's least favorite book, so maybe that's why. Maybe I just need to power through this one and the other ones will be better. I don't know. We will see though. Everyone, so I have finished reading People We Meet on Vacation. It's actually like 2 days later. This one, once again, I just kept putting it down, picking it back up, kept putting it down. I would find myself on my phone a lot. You might think like, okay, maybe you're just in a slump, but no, I think it's this book. I think it just went a little too slow for me. It was confusing because, like I said, their banter is funny. I think their banter is kind of like dry humor in a way. Like, if you like The Office and Parks and Rec, which I do love, that is my sense of humor, is a dry humor. But for some reason, even though I liked their humor and the banter, it just fell flat for me. Like, I couldn't relate to the characters. I really didn't care if they ended up together. Honestly, they could have not ended up together and I would have been like, well, that's that. I think it's also really hard because she only does one point of view, so we only get it told in Poppy's side. And I like when stories are told from both sides because then I feel like you can really feel the tension instead of just randomly getting this love confession out of one of them. It's just not my favorite romance at all. So I would have to say it's a 3-star because normally, too, I think a sign is that it did take me a few days to read this. And when I really love a romance, like I am reading it nonstop, sitting down because romances are really easy to digest. And this book was easy to digest too, but it just wasn't gripping my attention. That is that one. And now for today, I'm going to start the next one. I decided to pick up Book Lovers. I think this one, Beach Read, and Happy Place all have like around the same ratings. I'm not pretty sure. I know for a fact that People We Meet on Vacation was the lowest rated, so I'm hoping this one is better. This is what we're gonna start. I honestly don't have any idea what it's about. The back is kind of confusing. I think they're like rivals. Obviously, they like books. Is this the one where they switch writing genres, or was that Beach Read? I don't know. I guess we're gonna figure it out. I have finally made it 50% of the way through Book Lovers, and I do say finally because once again, it's just one of those books where it's taking me a couple of days to read it. In this book, we are following Nora and Charlie. Nora is a book publisher, so she is a city girl. She's very like cutthroat, your typical city girl that you could imagine. Like she wears nice clothes, fancy high heels and stuff like that. And Charlie is kind of like this tall, brooding character, obviously attractive. They end up meeting in the city that they live in for work, talking about him probably being the editor for one of her authors for a new book that she is publishing. And her sister Libby is pregnant and she needs a vacation, so she decides to book a trip to Sunshine Falls, North Carolina for like a whole month. And they're just gonna stay there together, have a little girls trip, relax. While she is there, she ends up running into Charlie because this is actually his hometown. They just keep running into each other. He works at a bookstore that his parents own or his mom owns or something like that. He is working there and they just keep running into each other because it is such a small town. So obviously things are going to start happening. They're going to start talking, communicating, and they're going to eventually fall in love with one another. It's again so character driven that nothing's really happening. And it's not really boring. It's just not that exciting, the things that happen in this book. And I can't really say that it feels like there's a lot of tension or anything like that. Like they're not that kind of romances. They're not like the hot and heavy, like, oh my god, you can feel the tension. They're more slow burn, I would say. And yeah, I mean, their banter is still good. Like there's funny moments and everything, but it's still just not really hitting like some other romances do, you know? I'm still holding out hope, so I am going to continue reading it. I do think that I already like it a lot better than I liked People We Meet on Vacation, but still not my favorite. I did finish reading Book Lovers. This one, I still don't know how to explain my feelings towards her writing because it's easy to understand, easy to read, but everything just feels flat for me. It's not what I imagine when I think of rom-coms. There is always like deeper emotional stuff going on in these books, but for some reason they are just not my vibe. I don't know what it is. The characters in this one, they did have a little bit more substance to them, and I liked them better than the characters in People We Meet on Vacation. I still think Beach Read was the best one out of the 3 that I have read from her so far. This one was still good. Like I wasn't bored or anything, but still it took took me so long to get through this entire book, and I don't know, you guys, like, I really want to love Emily Henry because I understand why other people do, and they're not bad, but I just don't love them. I think it is because when I picture a rom-com, like, these move a little bit slower than normal rom-coms, and like, don't know, and I hate it because I feel like I'm gonna offend a lot of people. But what can I say? You like what you like, and I'm just not loving these, even though I do like them. This one was better, and I think I would rate it a 3.5 stars, but still, in my opinion, there are just better romances out there that suit my needs better than this one did. There's that. It is what it is, you know? Reading is subjective. So that was that one. Now I'm going to read, I have it over here, let me grab it. I am going to read Happy Place. I know I didn't get the sticker all the way off, and that's probably really gonna bother some people. I really just don't care right now, but I'm gonna read it and see how it goes. I do think this one is like the highest rated out of all of her books, possibly. I know that it is a second chance. Don't love second chance romances, but I can say I don't think I've read many, so we'll see if this one just does it for me. Who knows at this point. I'm happy to announce that I am 50% of the way through Happy Place, and not only that, but this one is doing it for me, okay? I think I've come to realize that what I need in a romance is a little bit of tension, and this one has a lot because it is about Harriet and Wynne. They have been dating for a very long time, but they recently broke off their engagement, and their friends don't know. These are like their college friends that they always go on vacation with. So they have decided to keep it a secret when all of them are going on a group vacation together, and it's like a special vacation because the friend's house that they're staying at is like one of the vacation homes that they always used to stay at. It's about to be sold. This is like gonna be their last friend vacation there. I like it because you're getting the changes throughout their friendship because everyone grows up, goes their separate ways, and they're still trying to like hold on even though they really don't talk as much and aren't as close as they used to. And at the same time, you have the tension between these two trying to fake their relationship. You have the tension of wondering what happened to cause them to break things off in the get-go, and then you're getting now and thens them throughout the relationship, and you have the tension of them when they first got together and how their relationship was, and you can tell that they were so in love. Like I said, there's a tension of and like the buildup of why are they not together then, because you can also tell that there definitely is still love in their relationship. So I am enjoying it. I think so far it is my favorite out of all of her books that I've read, and yeah, I'm actually excited to read more. It still is a slower paced book, definitely people driven, but I think it's just the romance is hitting a little bit harder than some of her other ones have. I'm happy to say that I'm actually liking this one a lot more than I thought I would. I did finish Happy Place today. I would just like to say that this one was so good in my opinion. I'm going to give this one 4 stars because I really actually did enjoy this book thoroughly. I think it was really good. I'm not going to repeat myself from the 50% mark because I still have the same feelings about all the tension that's going on in this book, but these characters I just liked a little bit more. I was able to actually root for this couple, and I think it might just be because it is a second chance. You're getting to see a lot of the romance in the past, so like it's easier to root for them versus a brand new couple who like just start to fall for one another, if that makes sense. And also I just feel like the reason that they broke up was understandable, but it still made you just think like, oh no, they need to fix this, they need to get back together. Once again though, it is a slower paced, people driven book, but I also liked the setting a lot better in this one than I have in some of her other books. I could picture it a lot better and I enjoyed that, and like I said, also because their friend group was more involved, so you got more characters, whereas in her other books you're kind of getting a very small amount of characters, like 3 or 4 maybe, or just like passing characters, but these are her friends and they have been for a long time, so you kind of get more of them, and I think that just added to the story for me as well. But yeah, I mean, I liked it, so that is that. And if I'm being so honest, I told myself that if I really enjoyed the books that I already have from Emily Henry, that I was going to buy her newest release, Funny Story, I believe. I bought the audiobook, but I cannot read another Emily Henry book right now. I know. I'm just not in the mood. It's going to put me in a slump if I have to read another slow-paced, people-driven romance, if I'm being so honest. Maybe I will buy that in the future or read it, give her more chances, because I did like this one and the other ones weren't bad. And also, I just feel like you have to be in the mood for an Emily Henry book, or for me anyways, like I'm gonna have to be in the mood to read her new release. I don't think I could read all of them consecutively, so maybe that was the issue with this, but I honestly think that if I would have not done this video, these would not have been read for a very long time. So I'm happy that I did it. I don't hate Emily Henry's writing, I just, like I said, feel like I have to be in the mood for it, so I will be reading her other books potentially in the future, just not right now. So yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions. If you love her books, that is absolutely great for you. I hope you don't hate me after this video, but if you do, I'm sorry. But that is it for today. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week and that you liked the video. Let me know what you thought. What are your thoughts on Emily Henry's writing? And like, why do you love it so much if you are a diehard Emily Henry fan? And if you don't like it and you have the same opinions as me, express how you feel, because I kind of have a hard time expressing why they're not my favorite when I do still think that they're good, you know? Yeah. So anyways, let me know your thoughts. Give me recommendations if you want to see another video that is based on one specific author of any type of books. Let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!